Everybody, it's Gabe from Gabe's Green Corner. I was just thinking about something I wanted to talk about. It's interesting. I've given some of my friends a lot of crap about being guys that are in their mid 20s, early 30s, and they just sit around a lot and play video games and don't seem like they do a lot. You know, they work jobs, but they don't do a lot to give back to the community. They're not real civic minded. They don't plan on settling down and having families or having houses anytime in the near future. And anybody that knows too much about me, you know that I've got a house, I've got 2 kids, I've done the college thing, and I've done a lot of other things. And it's very important for me to give back to the community. But you know, it's interesting. There have been a lot of university studies, and they've had a lot of stuff on National Public Radio talking about the boy man syndrome, how a lot of guys in my generation just don't want to settle down and don't want to take up the responsibilities that a lot of previous generations have associated with full-fledged adulthood and move on from a young adult to, you know, a typical adult. But then there's a study that came along that I heard last week on National Public Radio talking about the economy and how with the exception of the baby boomers, it's not the norm for people to jump out of college in their early 20s, be able to set down the kind of foundation and career that you actually need to be able to go out and have a family and buy a house and do all those kind of things that are associated with full-fledged adulthood. I just kind of wonder what the norm's going to be, and if it's going to be the norm to be, you know, for guys, for it to be okay to wait until you're in your 30s or maybe even 40s to go out and get a job that's going to be a real career-oriented job and start paying back to society and doing things that are, you know, that you expect of adults, I guess. If that's we're going to see, what are women going to do? A lot of these studies don't seem like they've really addressed women and how women are feeling about things. But I don't know. I think if I was a woman, I would be a little bit mad if the typical guy wasn't expected to grow up and wasn't expected to achieve these levels of things that you need to get to be an adult in normal society, or say past society, with the exception of what's going on right now with the economy. I was actually just talking to a friend just on the phone a couple minutes ago about